Good morning, my darlings. Welcome to a new vlog starting. Gosh, my skin looks glowy. My skin is looking ultra glowy lately. Starting the vlog in the car today, in the car wardrobe. It's been a while since we had a car wardrobe situation. It used to happen very, very frequently when we lived in London. And if you have no clue what I'm talking about, basically it's when I fill the car with bags and bags of clothes and outfits and just basically drive around and shoot. Now that we live in the Cotswolds, I tend to shoot just more kind of naturally. Like if we're out somewhere, then I'll just be like, Charlie, can you take an outfit snap? But basically, sorry if this is very boring, but basically today we'd always had in the diary that Kat, our wonderful photographer, would come to the Cotswolds today and shoot with us, and I had intended on shooting lots of my brand sponsored images. But basically none of the products have arrived, which is very annoying because I obviously don't have anything to shoot with her. So we're just driving around and shooting some nice outfit pictures because it's that amazing time of year where the leaves are starting to change and go golden. A lot of the leaves have fallen, and I love this time of year so much. It's such a finite time of year because one day you could wake up and if there's been a storm in the night, then all the leaves have suddenly disappeared. So just trying to make the most of it. We're currently parked up in Adderbury. Charlie is currently shooting. There's a really nice old Cotswold stone wall, and it's actually outside the house that, if you remember last year, I did a video about how we manifested our dream Cotswold home. I'll leave it up on the screen here if you want to watch it. Basically, this house behind this wall is literally why Charlie and I live in the Cotswolds. I was manifesting this house a lot, but I've already told this story, so I'll leave the other vlog where I spoke about it in more detail linked if you want to go back and watch that. But yeah, Charlie's just taking some snaps. Looks like he's getting a shoe close up. We've got, don't know if you can see, a boot full of clothing. I've got a bag full of clothes here. I have bought my coffee in my corksicle, and we're going to get some snaps here, and then we're going to head to Strawtop Cottage, and I think we're going to film a couple of kind of tutorial videos, so things like how to light a fire, because we've got obviously the lovely charnwood stove in the cottage, but I'm not sure if many of our guests know the proper technique for lighting a fire effectively. I'm not sure I even know, so Charlie's going to put his charnwood expertise tips to good use and film a little video that our Strawtop guests can refer back to. Okay, we have arrived at Strawtop Cottage. It's obviously between guests. What we are doing at the moment is most of our guest bookings are checking in on Thursdays and checking out on Sundays or Mondays. I don't think we've actually properly said this anywhere, but if you guys check out on a Sunday, there is no checkout time because we are not coming in to clean it on Sunday evening, so you can stay as long as you want, which is a nice little bonus. Leave at midnight. It's up to you. So that's a nice little bonus if you stay for Saturday night. You don't have any particular time to leave on Sunday. But yeah, so it's currently in the middle of a changeover. I like to come and just see how it's looking every now and then. Charlie has done a great job of bringing some nice finishing touches in here. We've got some fresh blooms, we've got some flowers that are drying out, some nice seasonal berries and different flowers. So in this first floor bedroom, as well as the drying hydrangeas, next to the sleep spray, he's just got a little selection of little bits of foliage over here. Such a glorious day. We're so lucky that the cottage across the road also takes great care of their front garden, so this is your view if you stay in the first floor bedroom. Charlie has also picked up a nice little antique mirror since I was last here. So up here in the pink bedroom we have a couple of new additions as well, including this really lovely tray, which was a very kind gift from the Oak and Rope company. And it says Strawtop Cottage on it, which is just perfect. So if you want to have breakfast in bed, this is the perfect tray to bring it up in. We've also got a new lampshade over there in the corner. Can't remember where we got that from, potentially Pookie. And we've got the newly reupholstered bolster cushion, which finally matches the headboard. And again, just a few little fresh blooms that Charlie has brought up for those lovely finishing touches. I don't actually think I've been here since this cushion got put in either, so this is really lovely how it's got the trim which matches the trim in the headboard, and this little stripe matches the blinds. So we've got all nice little details, finishing touches now in place. Hello again, darlings. Back home again now. I'm just doing up my robe a little bit tighter so I don't show anything that I shouldn't. Back home again, and oh my gosh, today has been one of those days. So we were out shooting with Kat, and as I mentioned in the car, I was just shooting fashion photos because none of my products, which I needed to shoot for sponsored stuff, had arrived in time. Always the way. And then of course when I got home, with an hour left of Kat's time because she has to get back to London for a certain time because she has a baby to look after, of course a couple of the things I needed to shoot had arrived. So we had a really quick shoot session in the house, and I just get very flustered on shoot days. I don't know why, but I find them very flusterous, if that is a word. I get very flustered. I find shoot days always very stressful, and I can't even imagine the stress of doing like a big shoot day with like an entire brand team around me, because this is literally me, Charlie and Kat shooting at home, and I find that stressful. Maybe it would be less stressful if there was a big team, because then I wouldn't have to worry about anything. But anyway, enough jibber jabbering. The best part of a shoot day, aside from when I get to put my dressing gown on, is taking off my makeup. So I thought I would do a really nice, relaxed, bit of a skincare catch up with you, because I feel like my skin is in a good place. Where's my hair bubble gone? I feel like my skin's in a good place. As I mentioned earlier, I feel like I have got a bit of a glow going on, which is actually not that common for this time of year. So I thought I would share a few of my little skincare hacks, a few little things you can do at this time of year, especially if you feel like your skin's starting to get a little bit lackluster. These are a few ingredients and a few products that work for me and may work for you. So a lot of these products that I'm going to share with you now are from one of my all-time favorite skincare brands, which is Elemis. And before I go any further, I must tell you that Elemis have so very kindly extended a discount code, which will be on the screen here, Josie25, and this code will get you 25% off, which is so generous. Elemis products are very premium, they are incredible quality, luxury skincare, so this discount is very generous from Elemis. So thank you to Elemis for providing this discount code. What I'm going to do is actually not talk about the products that I always talk about, because I always talk about the Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm, I always talk about my oils. I'm going to try and talk about some slightly different things, maybe things which you've seen in the Elemis boutiques or online and you thought, oh, that sounds interesting, but I don't know if that would work for my skincare routine. I'm just going to try a few different things out there. But as always, the first thing that I do is take off my makeup, and I don't actually use any products for that bit. I use my face halo. So that's these little discs. They don't require any product. They don't require any product at all. You just run it under warm water, and I find that this is the best way of just getting rid of that first layer of makeup. Typical, of course, that the lighting changes just as I take my makeup off. I've still got a little bit under my eyes, but no stress, because the next thing that I'm going to use, and yes, I do talk about this a lot, so not everything is going to be that unusual, but this is my Elemis Cleansing Micellar Water, and this I will put on one of my reusable cotton pads, and I'll just swipe this over my face, and if there's anything left makeup wise, then this should hopefully get rid of any of that. This is especially, I've said this a million times before, but one of my top skincare tips is to do your makeup removal and your skincare as soon as you can when your working day is over. Like if you have just got off the tube, if you've just got home from a day in the city, or even if you've just finished at your desk and you've not got any more. I mean, it's a good job that I do go in for a second cleanse, because look at how dirty that is. Yeah, as soon as your day is done, I would recommend that is when you do your cleansing, because then you get to enjoy a full evening of skincare benefits and the aromas and the feeling of clean skin, and you don't have day-old makeup just sat on your skin while you relax at home, because that's just not ideal. So at this point, my skin is pretty much clean, or should I say the makeup is gone, and the next stage is actually, have I done something really weird with my hair? Probably. Never mind. In fact, I do usually pop on a cute little headband. There we go. So yes, at this point, the makeup is removed from my skin. The makeup is removed, but now I need to actually clean the skin. Now the skin is makeup free, I'm going to clean it. So at this point, I'm not gonna lie, my favorite thing to use is the Elemis Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm because it's just so balmy and so silky and so luxurious and just such a treat to use. So you can use the discount code on the cleansing balm, but for the sake of variety, I will explain a few of my other favorites, which Elemis have very kindly topped me up on. So we have got their Wildflower Cleansing Oil. Oh, I actually don't know if this might be a limited edition. There's a robin in that tree. I can just see his little red tummy. Hello. I have a special connection with robins. I don't know if this is a little bit deep and emotional, but someone once told me that if you lose someone that you love, if you lose someone close to you, they can sometimes come back as an animal, and that animal might appear at pivotal moments during your life. And I did lose someone very close to me when I was younger, and ever since then, on pivotal moments during my life, I have seen a robin, including the day that we moved out of our house in Clapham, and then again here at this house. And yeah, on special days, I often see a robin, which is just quite a nice thought. Anyway, so I do have the Wildflower Cleansing Oil, which I love, but I'm not going to talk about it too much because I think it might be limited edition. If you can get your hands on it, I'd highly recommend. It smells amazing, and I love cleaning my face with an oil. Then we also have from the Pro Collagen range their Energizing Marine Cleanser. The Pro Collagen range is, of course, the best if you are just starting to consider those early signs of aging, any little fine lines, you want to stop any dehydration lines from forming, just want to care for your skin, cleanse it. Oh, it smells so good. The Pro Collagen range from Elemis is a global bestseller, an iconic range, and they're continually adding new products to it. This cleanser I normally keep in the shower, but it is a really, really good one, especially if you've had quite a heavy makeup day, because it's very effective at deep cleansing the skin, and I just massage in circular motions, getting into all the little crevices. Sorry, that's probably really unflattering. I do get quite a lot of congestion around my jawline and my chin, so really massaging it in there. So with this particular cleanser, you are technically meant to use it on damp skin, which is why it is normally the one that I would keep in the shower, and it's got fantastic ingredients in it which are really good for hydrating the skin. It's a particularly good one for energizing the skin, so perhaps for that morning shower it's particularly good for that. And as you can see, as I'm adding more water, it creates a little bit more of a lather. And I believe this also has Elemis's trio of acids, so it's just giving you that really, really gentle light exfoliation, which, as well as helping with the signs of aging, dullness, fine lines, just ensures your skin is kept glowing. You can see I'm giving quite a good massage here, because that just helps to plump up the skin. I found that since I've been massaging my skin more, I have been looking a bit more glowy. Okay, so now that I have cleansed it, massaged it off my face using a warm, damp flannel, I have another decision to make, what to do next. And while I talk about what I consider, and while I talk about my thought process about what goes on next, I'm going to add a little bit of refreshing hydration to my skin using one of my all-time, if not my absolute all-time favorite, non-focusing facial mist. This is the Pro Collagen, so again from that lovely anti-aging collection from Elemis, Rose Hydro Mist Super Hydrating Serum in Mist. That would be the full name, which is far too long, so I call it my Elemis Rose Face Mist. Not only is this a really fine mist, which is very important because you don't want to feel like you're being spat at when you use your face mist. You can use this over makeup, you can use it on freshly cleansed skin, you can use it throughout the day, at the beginning of the day, at the end of the day, before bed. This is the only, I believe, face mist in my collection that is anti-aging. Obviously really hydrating. The rose within this is really calming. So if you are stepping up a few ingredients in your skincare routine to aid that exfoliation, then the rose within this is really nice and calming. But also this bottle for me is a perfect size for going in my handbag, going in my travel bag. So this is my most reached for face mist. So let me tell you the next step most evenings. and that would be my Elemis Superfood Fruit Vinegar Liquid Glow. Don't be put off by the fact that it's got vinegar in the name. This is not vinegary in the slightest. It's got a really nice dispenser, so it's this kind of pump action on top. And again, I'm actually not going to use this evening, but as you can tell with how little is left in the bottle, I do use this nearly every evening. Oh, that is my alarm telling me to put my video live. Okay, video is live. Yes, most evenings after doing my double/triple cleanse, I will wipe over the Elemis Superfood Fruit Vinegar Liquid Glow Radiant Facial Toner over my skin on a reusable cotton pad. Because it's got those AHAs in there, it's just a really, really gentle exfoliation, as you're seeing with a few different products within my evening skincare routine. And by continually gently exfoliating your skin, you are getting rid of those dull surface level bits of dry or dead or dying skin, revealing the fresh, radiant skin underneath. And sometimes if you do have those little early fine lines starting to come through, you can stop them becoming deep set by using gently exfoliating products. So normally I would use this, but another option is the dynamic resurfacing facial pads from Elemis. Now, if you want something really, really quick, super duper quick, that you might find a little bit easier to add to your routine, this is a little pre-soaked cotton pad, and you can just swipe this all over your skin, like so. And that's a super quick, super gentle way of exfoliating the skin. And exfoliating is really down to personal preference. Sometimes, particularly in the shower, I do like those products where I feel like it's a little bit grainy. But sometimes if I just want that continual, gentle daily exfoliation, something like this I find is a little bit more, yeah, gentle yet effective. Oh my gosh, Charlie has just WhatsApped me a property for sale really close to Straw Top Cottage, and it's actually a bit of a bargain. Can you imagine? Straw Top Empire. Okay, so if you are majorly looking to get the glow and press reset on your skin, Elemis do also have the perfect product for that. Now, I feel like you can always just tell how your skin is feeling, whether it's feeling sensitive, whether you need a good cleansing mask, or whether you need a good peel. And right now, I think because I have been treating my skin quite regularly to gentle exfoliations, I actually don't think my skin needs this. I was planning on putting this on for tonight's video, but you just have to, I feel like it's just a gut instinct. You can kind of tell what your skin needs. But this is the Pro Collagen, again, from that collection, Tri-Acid Peel. Now listen to this, anti-wrinkle, 8% acid peel for fine lines, dull skin, smooths, renews and refines. Again, this is a brand new one. I have tried and tested this before, and let's just say if you have got a special event the next day, or no, if you have got a special event on Saturday, use this on Tuesday and Thursday. That would be my tip, because then your skin will be regenerated, renewed, glowing and looking amazing. My skin today, I don't feel like I need this today. I feel like what I need today is an oil. My skin always wants an oil. So I'm gonna use my favorite, you guessed it, the Rose Pro Collagen. Can you tell I'm obsessed with that range? So yes, this is my favorite, the Elemis Pro Collagen Rose Facial Oil. You're probably meant to put like 2 drops on. I put half an entire pipette on because I just love it. It's a really lightweight oil. It doesn't sit on the skin for ages. In fact, it sinks pretty much straight into the skin. My skin feels incredibly smooth because of all those lovely gentle exfoliating actions I've just done. And because the exfoliating has left my skin in the perfect kind of blank canvas state, the oil just sinks straight into my skin. It's like my skin is breathing a sigh of relief. And this is, again, the perfect thing to just leave soaking into your skin, enjoy that fragrance, enjoy this amazing feeling while you relax at home in the evenings, and then you can go back in with a night cream just before bed, but you get to enjoy the sensorial amazingness of an oil while you relax. in the evening. Don't forget to take things down your neck, onto your chest as well, and anything that's left I like to put on the back of my hands. If you think that you don't like oils, this would be a good one to start on because it's almost like watery in its texture. It is so lightweight in fact that I do sometimes use this in the mornings, especially on dreary winter mornings when I want to have a little bit of a glow underneath my makeup, because it just makes everything go on so much more smoothly on those like long mornings when I've got maybe 20 minutes to do my skincare before putting on my makeup. Oh, that feels so good. Let's move away from that horrible blue lighting. My very fun job that I have to do now is read through all of the replies to an Instagram story that I posted earlier today asking you guys to let me know about your small businesses or big businesses, who knows, but I want to do another small business Christmas gift guide on my YouTube channel this year, and same as I did last year, I would like to do a gift guide including lots of my subscribers' businesses. So I've asked on Instagram stories today for you guys to let me know about your businesses. So now I'm going to go through, have a look through, and there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and make a few purchases ready to share these lovely brands in my Christmas gift guide. So that is the plan. I'm going to pop my pajamas on and then make myself comfortable with the dogs and go through all of the messages. And it is time for dinner. We are two peckish little peckers this evening. What have we got for dinner, darling?
We have a sort of red Thai curry.
Ooh,
it's a veggie one.
Yeah.
I'm combining a few ingredients that we have left in the fridge.
You're always so busy when you're explaining your recipes.
I wouldn't normally put tomatoes in a Thai green curry, but I just thought, why not?
Obviously,
a Thai green curry starts off with 3 key ingredients. Garlic, ginger, and onion, but I use red onion. Obviously you can use spring onion, could use white onion. The thing that is game changing, always pan.
Yeah.
And a microplane, which is over there. Here's an example. This is a smaller one.
Yeah.
Because for garlic and ginger, this, and then I use. So basically, you want to get an always pan, and you want to get these 2 bad boys, and this protects your hand as you're grating. The garlic.
Because they scare me.
Yeah, but I wouldn't use it without anymore, because I did take the end of my finger off before.
Well, you can.
So this is basically.
Let's see if Charlie watched my sponsored video. Tell me what's so good about the always pan.
I didn't watch a sponsored video, but then this is good in a way because I can just be honest.
From a chef point of view.
What is good about it is obviously the fact that it's entirely non-stick and it's a natural non-stick.
Non-toxic.
So it doesn't look like it's going to scratch, whereas we've got a Tefal one which I love using. I still will use because it's bigger than this. However, the non-stick gradually wears away and scratches. Yeah. And then I think it's not very good for you.
You do have to be careful. Obviously, don't use metal utensils, but we just use wooden one.
Well,
You're actually not using it, but there is a specific utensil for it.
I'll be honest.
Because then it rests.
Yeah, which is good.
Because you know it rests on that little hole.
This dynamic. So maybe they can work on it.
Okay.
Because this is quite a big spatula. This is a bit more accurate.
It is quite chunky.
My favourite spatula, actually, for this sort of thing, is this Le Creuset one.
Right.
Because they do a really good, and if you watch, a lot of chefs will use ones which are more like silicone like that.
Let us know your favourite spatula in the comment section down below.
I often use a lot. I mean, look how many I've got in here, look. This is my spatula area. That is specific for making pancakes and scrambled eggs.
Leave hashtag Charlie's Spatula Club in your comment down below if you also have this talent.
If you're not a confident cook, I would actually say that a Thai green curry is a really good place to start. We're not using meat, we don't eat meat in the week. And it's a really easy dish to have in the autumn because other than the onion and stuff and then this, and there's not a lot of fresh ingredients, but there's a lot of nutrients. So we've got chickpeas in here, and then these are like, I don't know what they're called. I think they're split peas.
Oh.
They come in a sachet like this. Chana dal.
Chana dal.
Yeah, so basically they're really high in fibre and protein, which obviously we need given we're not eating meat.
Great.
But then really you can't overcook a Thai green curry. So that's a lot of people's fear. Like you make this, which is your base. Yeah. Then obviously I'm going to be adding in the tomatoes and the red pepper. And then I'll be seasoning. And then next up, you get your curry paste, whatever you choose to use. We have just a red Thai curry paste here. And then I like to add in some coconut milk and coconut cream. Then you let it thicken. You add the chickpeas. So
Charlie and I particularly like to do one pan or one pot dishes. We are doing the rice separately in the Aga. But the great thing about the Always pan is that it is really high-edged, more so than a frying pan. So you can literally cook an entire curry in here, or you can do just something a little bit smaller.
What I like as well is we do have some sort of more expensive pans that we like using when there's lots of pans. But this, I think, is nice because it's got the plastic. Is it plastic or is it the handle? Whereas all of our metal pans
get hot.
So from a sort of one pan perspective and from a starter perspective, I do think this is a really good pan for anyone that lives in a city to have a small kitchen. Yeah. Or that's a sort of a beginner.
Well, that's the whole point. That's why they designed them. It's meant to replace lots of different things. Yeah.
Right. All right. I'm not an ambassador, by the way. I'm entirely unsponsored. I'd say the only constructive criticism about Always Pan, if they're watching, is the one pot I really like.
Perfect pot.
The Perfect Pot. But unlike this, the Perfect Pot's handles are metal. Well,
I think there must be something to do with their design, because this one here also gets hot. So it must be something to do with the proximity, maybe.
But that's not plastic. That's metal.
Well, I don't think that one's plastic either.
Yeah, it is, if you feel it.
Oh, really?
So I think they should have...
So maybe it's because the plastic can't get so close to the
a good idea would be they should, as an accessory, have the lifters.
Yes, they should.
But now I know I will use these to lift the pot off.
Okay.
But otherwise you have to have gloves. That's the only thing, because it's almost because this is genius. Yeah. You get used to this. Yes. So then you go to get the other one.
That's so true.
So in a way, they just need to explain it a bit better. That's the only constructive criticism.
Okay.
And then the other thing for Thai green curry, which is key, is a bit of acidity at the end, so citrus, so we need a lime.
So obviously this video is not part of my collaboration with Our Place, which is where you get the Always Pan from, but I realised in my video that I was working with them on, I didn't actually vocalise in the video. I did put it down below, but I didn't vocalise. But I do have a discount code for the Always Pan and the Perfect Pot, which I'll leave on the screen here, and that will get you 10% off. So if you are looking to, oh my gosh, if you know anyone that has moved house over the last few months and you're looking to buy them a Christmas gift or a housewarming gift, that would be an amazing idea. As I've said in the actual Our Place video that I have bought it for friends for housewarming gifts before. It's just very, very useful, and Charlie and I both love it. So I'll leave my favourite pans linked down below. What is next, Chef?
Right, this is going to come together pretty quickly, actually. So I'm adding some turmeric.
Yummy.
Some turmeric and some West Indian spices. And then we're going to add the Thai curry paste. I wouldn't always add these spices, but we have them left over, so I thought, why not? So just work those in. And just take it down a bit. Okay, we've got the red Thai paste in there. Normally on the Arga, I now come over to this hob, which is a lot cooler. So then we've got that all mixed in, and this now really is where the curry comes together. And in a way, because there's no meat involved, if you have meat, you'd add meat at this point, and it would obviously take a good 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah. But because we're not using meat, things go very quickly. So you get the coconut milk in. I like to add coconut cream. This is actually a almond cream because we don't have any coconut cream, but that just gives it a bit of a thickness.
Love that.
Yeah, we're not filming in the studio. It's all real here. A little bit of mess. And then I always like to just add a bit more seasoning at this point because you can kind of see it going in. And then I will mix it in, make it nice. And you'll see this is what we want to simmer away and thicken.
Yeah.
But once we add the chickpeas, it will instantly become a bit thicker.
So is this going to be a dal?
I mean, I don't even know what this is. This is like this is a Charlie concoction. As I say, it's kind of like a Thai curry. We're using a Thai curry paste. Everything else is like making a Thai curry. Right. But we're using chickpeas and chana dal.
How do we clean that, by the way?
We do actually need to clean that.
Yeah.
It's easy enough. We just need to turn the Arga off.
Right, which we're not going to want to do for a while,
well,
are we?
We can turn it off for a day. We could turn it off for a day and just use the oven and it would cool down.
I think we should probably clean it before we do our Christmas cooking.
Yes. Yeah, we should have a kitchen prep for Christmas. So you'll see that this is instantly thickened up. Now, we're doing food for your mum as well, but this is actually probably slightly too much. So there we go. It's thickened up straight away. We're going to let that simmer away for a while. And then what we can add I'm not going to, but what you can add at this point for a bit of crunch is some actual whole cashews.
Yeah, I was going to say that'd be lovely.
I'm going to add some cashew butter.
Ooh,
this was
yummy.
part of a recipe pack I think we got sent, which we never used, the butter, so...
Good to use it up. Look at my chicken Linny in the background.
Use that.
You're a lovely little doggy. Oh, Dexy's heard the doggy voice. Hello, my baby.
Dexy knows when you're filming, and he's like, hang on a minute, I'm
Such
getting my
posers. You're such little posers. I adore you. I adore you.
Yeah, so that goes in. And then we're nearly there, really. If we had spinach, we don't have any in, I would normally mix spinach in at this point.
There's some in the garden, darling.
Yeah, good luck going and getting that. It's dark and miserable.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And baby leaf spinach we want in here, not what we've got in the garden at the moment.
Which is gargantuan leaf
Yeah,
spinach.
which is the opposite. So basically, what I would have done instead is I've done, because you need some greens with it, is some tender stem broccoli in the oven with a bit of olive oil.
Look how cute our tray is.
So that will be nice. And
Love that. Sorry, literally just olive oil on that.
A little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, and fresh chilli.
Nice.
And
See, this is where you're good, because so many people just wouldn't know what to even put on broccoli.
But look, the thing is, I am a cook, not a chef. I have never been taught by anyone, even my mum. I have just tried and failed and tried and failed. And that's why even now, like I would say 1 in every 5 or 6 meals is a fail.
No.
Well, not a complete fail, but you've got to learn as you go along. The best thing you can do is get a Jamie Oliver cookbook, in my opinion, because he's easy to follow, he's simple.
I bet he's got quite a good app.
He doesn't make it too posh. I like having a physical cookbook.
Yeah.
Go through, flag up the recipes you want to try, and just get going.
Yeah.
And just give it a go. What I would also say is nice for people that do like their cooking but maybe aren't as experimental. If you adopt a bit of a challenge, like we're not eating meat in the week, it forces you to use ingredients that you otherwise wouldn't use, right?
Yeah.
And I would say the one thing I've learned, and that's why I've got coriander over there, and I'd say that's one area of your cooking that you could improve, right?
Herbs.
Is the use of fresh herbs.
Yeah.
Every dish you cook should have some form of fresh herb in it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it just lacks flavour. So yeah, look, I mean that's thickened up instantly. The peanut butter's made it.
Oh, I love that you added cashew butter in there.
Thicker.
Nice.
So really, in an ideal world, I would have some spinach in there, but the coriander would be nice. Some lemon before we serve. We're nearly there, and we've got the brown rice in the arga.
Perfect.
So we're good to go, and that's probably start to finish. It's half an hour, I'd say.
And a lot
So
of that is
Charlie
like
Irons
chopping.
in 31 minutes. No, 29 minutes, Jamie Oliver.
You beat the buzzer.
I haven't realised yet that it's a vegan recipe.
I'm so sorry. Well, it's not, because we've got cashew butter in it.
Cashew. How many cashews were murdered in the making of this dish? Cashew is vegan.
Yeah, but cashew butter.
Cashew butter is literally cashews, and that's it. To
Really?
make a nut butter, you just stick nuts in the Thermomix and you blend them.
So peanut butter is good for me.
I don't believe any peanut butters have actual butter in.
Oh, do you hear that, boys? More peanut butter's gonna go in Mummy's morning smoothies. Lovely. For you, maybe.
No, I think for anyone, honestly. I often feel like whenever I do a dish like this, and if people are, oh, that's really nice, I feel a bit sort of like I've cheated them because it's not that difficult. And I think, yeah, I think also like the key really is just those key sort of things like use fresh herbs, have the right equipment to cook with.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't start an art project without the right paintbrush, would you? Like,
Ooh.
no, it's true, isn't it? Like, I remember like people, I think, was it you or my mum would be like, oh, you know, you don't need all this equipment, or felt like I was buying too much cooking equipment. And I'm like, well, if you want good food, you need to be cooking with good.
A good artist never blames his tools. I don't know if that's the expression.
I think that's the line expression.
I might have made that up.
Isn't it? Tradesman, workman.
A good tradesman never blames his tools.
Yeah.
That's the badger.
But this looks good, and it looks like a nice look. That's the sort of consistency you want,
Yeah.
where it's sort of quite creamy, and there's no dairy in this. There's no meat in this.
That's amazing, isn't
It's
it?
packed full of protein.
Yeah.
As I say, I would have probably, ideally, I'd add spinach in here, a bit more green.
We've got broccoli.
We've got broccoli, and it's extremely hearty, this as well. I'm not really sure what you would call this, because it is sort of like a hybrid between a
Charlie
more of a
Irons
normal curry and it's not really
chickpea
Thai.
dal. No, I don't know.
I don't know.
But that's
There you go.
easy cooking with Charlie Irons. So we're just plating up a dish that I will take over to Lala's. That is the only form of delivery that we have over here in the Cotswolds, me taking some food over to Lala when Charlie cooks for the masses, which he often does. But while Charlie's been cooking, I have been going through some of the hundreds of businesses that you guys sent in via my Instagram stories today. And by the way, you're not too late. If you can do fairly speedy shipping, then please leave your businesses down below if you didn't see my Instagram post. But I'm so blown away by the incredible businesses that you guys are running, so many of which have been set up over lockdown and over this past year. So many sustainable businesses and just really beautiful looking products. So I've been placing lots of orders tonight, and also so many amazing websites. So many of you have just got the most sleek and beautiful websites that are so easy to use, which is great. So yeah, cannot wait to showcase lots of them in the gift guide. And our dinner is ready, so darlings, I'm gonna bid you good night and I will see you in the morning. Perfecto. Good morning, my darlings. Firstly, sorry for any background noise this morning, because we have got literally everything going on at the house today. We have got the joinery company down putting in our garden gate, which is fantastic. I'm really looking forward to hopefully showing that to you. Maybe the finished version won't be in this vlog, it might be in the next one. We've also got the tree surgeons here who are finally getting rid of the dead tree out the kitchen window and shaping our holly trees. Basically, they're having the tops chopped off, which encourages growth lower down. And what else have we got going on? We've got Andrew here. We've also got Nicholson's here doing some bulb planting. So it is all going on today. I'm going to try and get the lighting a little bit better. I'm trying to find somewhere with semi-decent lighting so that I can show you a bit of a makeup look using the Hourglass palette. This is the ambient lighting edit in the shade or shades universe. I showed you this in my last vlog, and there were a couple of comments I noticed asking for a makeup look with this, and we all know that I'm not a makeup artist and not even especially good at doing my makeup, but I do like to share beauty products with you and show you how they work. So all I've got on my skin so far this morning is the Bare Minerals Original Liquid Mineral Foundation. So if you are a fan of the Bare Minerals Original Foundation, which is the one that comes in the little pot, you swirl your brush in it, tap off the excess and then buff it into the skin. I love it. A really, really clean foundation, really amazing formula. And they say it's so pure, so clean you can sleep in it. Well, this is the liquid version, because I know a few people are put off by the fact that the original one is powder in its consistency. I can understand why that puts people off, but I think once you try it, you're like, oh, it's amazing. But yeah, this one is really, really lovely. So that's all I've got on my skin at the moment. I just popped the Charlotte Tilbury. Oh no, I actually used Tom Ford on my brows this morning. Tom Ford Brow Sculptor, and then I used the Bare Minerals Strength and Length Serum Infused Brow Gel. I'm hoping that my brows are going to grow a little bit, and hopefully that might help with that. So I'm going to start by putting some powder all over. So I'm going to start with this one here, and I'm going to use one of my By Terry brushes. This lighting is not good. It's such a grey day. There's just no natural light coming into this room. This brush doesn't pick up too much product, so it's really nice if you're doing a fine kind of all over. And I like to start under my eyes. The great thing about the Hourglass palettes, obviously Hourglass as a brand, it's cruelty free. I always find their products work really, really nicely, and it's all about getting the glow. So we talked about getting the glow with skincare last night, and these products help you to get the glow within your makeup. So that should hopefully set down my makeup a little bit without mattifying the complexion. I did also, by the way, put the Code 8 Lip Surrealist in the shade Pablo on my lips. At the moment I'm just enjoying only using lip liner, so instead of filling my lips in with a lipstick, I just use a lip liner. I overline them a little bit and then colour them in the same colour. So now I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury big fluffy bronzing brush, and I'm going to aim for, this one's a little bit lighter, this lower bronze, so I'm going to swoosh my brush. Oh no, I think that's a highlight. Ooh, my bad. Okay, the one above, the deeper bronze shade. It's a really big fluffy brush. So I start with quite a light touch. Always I start on my cheekbones, blend it up over my forehead, down under my chin. Okay, maybe better if I just put you straight on from the light. So I have just put the darkest shade in the palette all over, focusing, as I said, on my cheekbones, and sometimes I pinch the brush to make it a little bit thinner to get a little bit of cheekbone effect, and then I take it over the top of my forehead, areas that the sun would naturally hit my skin, and down the neck to blend it in. These powders apparently have a soft focus kind of technology in there, so it should hopefully soften the complexion a little bit, and I usually find that really flattering in pictures. Now I have got this very old brush, I can't even read the writing on it anymore, but I'm pretty sure this is a Sigma brush, and I'm just going to take, I remember these are usually quite highly pigmented, so I'm just going to take a tiny bit of this blush colour, and you can see it has got a luminosity to it, so you almost don't need highlight if you're just doing an everyday look. But I am going to go in with this little brush, which is Sculpted by Amy Connolly Set and Perfect brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of this highlight and just pop it on the tops of my cheekbones. A festive, glowy look. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do complexion wise, as this is just an everyday makeup look. But I love these shades so much, and I always think that it's quite nice to tie in a full makeup look by using the same shades on your complexion as on your eyes. So I'm going to start with the bronze shade as the base colour all over my eyelids. So that's just a really nice, again, slightly luminous shade that's adding a bit of definition to the eye area. I'm actually going to use this shade here. It's kind of purpley, which works really, really nicely if you have got green eyes, which I do, to have a slight purple tint to the eyes. And now what I've started to do on my eyes, because I do want to find a way of getting a little bit more definition, but I really don't love the look of eyeliner, I have been using this deep kind of purpley, excuse my broken nail, winey shade from the NARS Climax eyeshadow palette. And I'm taking this teeny tiny eyeliner brush from Charlotte Tilbury and just kind of rolling the brush in this shade. It actually helps if your face is a little bit damp, so I'm going to mist with my Elemis spray. And then just basically draw along the lash line, and I'm going to try and press this really close into my lash line, and then when I get to the flick, a makeup artist, I'm pretty sure it was Nikki Makeup, told us that the most flattering flick direction for your eye is if you follow the line of your lower lash line. So imagine that your lower lash line was to just continue. That is the direction that you should put your eyeliner. If you line your eyeliner brush with your lower lash line, that is the direction, the angle that your flick should be. So let's start with that. So if my lash line goes like this, it would continue up. I've just drawn it in really softly because I'm not very confident with doing this yet. And then I'll go in once I've got the angle and strengthen the colour. It actually looks a lot more extreme on camera than it does in real life. In real life it looks really subtle, but I have just really lightly pressed what was left on my brush along the lower lash line, and I don't know if you can see, but it is just the tiniest little smudging along the top lash line and then pulling it up into this really, really tiny flick. This is literally eyeliner for beginners. That's all I'm capable of, and I'm going to do the same on the next eye. And I have added mascara, my Bare Minerals Serum Infused Strength and Length mascara, and then what I normally have to do is just go back in with my sponge and blend out any splodges that I've created by touching my skin. And so that's basically my current eye routine, and a first impressions kind of full face using the palette. So that's a really, really lovely product. This would make an amazing Christmas gift idea if you've got a sister or a best friend or a daughter that is very much into her beauty, I think these palettes are a really, really nice gift, because sometimes we may not want to spend that amount of money on ourselves for a beauty product, but it's one of those things, and they do last such a long time. I had the single palette of the Hourglass bronzer and it lasted me literally over a year, so they're a really, really good investment. So I'll leave this linked down below as well. And now I thought I would do a little try on, because I did receive a delivery from H&M and I haven't shown you H&M in a little while, so I'm gonna get dressed and then I'll show you a few new bits. There are literally no surprises as to the first item in my H&M haul. It is of course a classic jumper dress. It's really long, I have to go quite far back to show you the bottom of it, but yes, I don't even need to say anything anymore. I feel like I confess my love for jumper dresses in nearly every single autumn winter video, but this is really quite an oversized one. If you look at the sleeves, it's just, if you were to crop it here, it would just look like the perfect kind of chunky knit jumper. It is a really thick knit, if you know what I mean, so it's going to hopefully be nice and warm. If you do live in a very cold house, or you just feel the cold quite a lot, you could definitely put like a full thermal bodysuit underneath this. And speaking of thermals, I have got the new Sweaty Betty thermals for 2021, and I think they are possibly my favourite ones yet. They're almost a little bit Aztec-y in their design, but I do love a contrast black and white thermal. So if we end up going skiing this winter, which I really hope we do, obviously these make for, they're a lot thicker than typical thermals, but because they are from Sweaty Betty, they've got all of the properties that we expect from their workout clothing. So let's see, it says sweat wicking, breathable, thermal, seamless. It says they're navy. These look black to me, but maybe they're a really, really dark navy. And yeah, they're definitely thicker than like typical thermals that you might get in Uniqlo or M&S. And then, which are my other favourite places to get thermals, this is, they do call it their base layers. So if you are a skier, these are amazing base layers. Even this would go underneath this jumper dress because it's so thick. This has also got a little hidden zip in there, a little concealed zip, and you really can't tell from me showing you, but it is a lovely chunky thick thermal, so you're definitely not going to get chilly in this. But if you really feel the cold, if you get a jumper dress that's quite a bulky knit like this one, and then you're definitely not going to be getting chilly. So yeah, it is full length. It comes to just above my ankles, so when I'm around the house, that's perfect. My legs don't get cold, and to be honest, I probably just mostly wear this with slippers, but you could also wear with heeled boots. I hope they might bring this out in some other colours as well, because I do find that grey is a little bit cool toned on me, so I'm hoping that maybe they'll bring it out in more of like a beige instead of as well as the grey. But for the price versus the amount that I'm going to wear this, which is loads, literally you'll see me wearing this so much over autumn winter, especially those days where I'm not planning on leaving the house, and I just some days, this sounds really bad, but some days I can't even be bothered to like put leggings on. I just want to put one item of clothing on and be done with it, and that is one of the many reasons that I love a jumper dress. I'm not quite sure what to say to this next piece. I ordered this out of pure curiosity because I keep seeing people, really cool people, wearing things like this on Instagram, and I thought, let's go for the H&M version, nice and affordable, so I can like test the trend. But I just don't, I don't really get it. I guess obviously it's like a nice waterproof layer. Maybe they're trying to get in on that countryside, green, heritage kind of styling. But isn't it funny that a retailer can be so versatile? Like some of my favourite dresses of all time, like this gorgeous dress that you might remember I literally lived in this summer. It is completely different in style to this, I guess you'd call it a poncho. It just shows the versatility of retailers and the mass appeal. But yeah, unfortunately I don't think this piece is for me. Okay, up next is an outfit that I feel a lot more comfortable in. So this time we have got a long tunic style knit top. It's got quite low cut armholes, and you've got this little V detail down here. I really like the length on this because, to be honest, most of the time I probably would wear this with leggings. These leggings were also from my H&M order. They are absolutely perfect. They're a really nice thick material. I don't know if you'd be able to tell, but they almost look like they've got little ridges in them. It's a really thick material. Super soft. Like the jumper dress, I do wish that they were slightly warmer toned, because again I would say that these are almost like a grey colour, and in my opinion they'd just be so much nicer if they were a more warm toned caramelly beige, but who knows, they might be releasing some more colour options later on in the season, because I'm sure these will do really well. They are also super high-waisted, which is just so comfortable. They literally come up to here. I love having everything tucked in, and if you are tucking clothing in, then it's nice to have something high-waisted. As I've mentioned before, our house does actually get quite warm in winter, especially when we start to put the fires on every day, so I do often want to be looking autumnal and wintry, but not too hot. And by having my arms out, it means that I can be cooking, I can be working, whatever, but not feel too claustrophobic. So yeah, I love things like this. And this is again a perfect working from home outfit, dashing out to do my Christmas errands, which I'm already starting to think about. Actually, my diary is already looking really fun for November and December. There's lots of Christmas markets, so many nice things going on here in the Cotswolds. So yeah, I'm going to need lots of nice cozy outfits for all those kinds of days. And here we have proof that the countryside aesthetic is taking over the high street, because we have this olive green fleece, which a couple of years ago I would have scrolled straight past. I would potentially have thought it was completely not my style, but now I spend a lot of time just needing to grab something to put on while I go into the garden. I need to layer up if I drive our old Defender anywhere, because let's just say it's not got very good heating in there, so I need to have lots of layers on. And this is just, for me, like the kind of, for me, the perfect countryside living fleece. You've got these nice deep pockets. It's literally fleecy material. You have got a lining, a chunky zip that's really easy to do up, so for dog walks. I know this is not what you think of when I talk about my own personal style, because let's be honest, it's not feminine or girly, but it is practical. And yeah, I need stuff like this in my wardrobe, even if I end up just keeping this in my car, which to be honest I probably will do. It's just one of those, yeah, countryside style essentials. Up next is another tunic style top, and I've done something a little bit unusual here. I'm not sure if this is how I would normally style it. So basically what I've done is I've put my Gucci belts around the waist. I'll show you what it looks like in a second with no belt, and then I've cinched it around my back and not put the whole thing in the belt, if that makes sense, because then you still get this almost like wing detail, which I think I really like actually. I think this is quite it makes it look like it's got a little bit more design detail to it, makes it look like a more luxurious piece, and it kind of looks like a jumper dress, whereas I think if it's worn loose it looks more like an oversized jumper, but to me this definitely is dress level. It comes to the knees. I have kept the leggings on underneath, but I think it'd be really nice to style this with a really thick pair of black tights and some knee-high boots. I think that'd be a really nice look again for this time of year. I like finding unusual bits like this because it is essentially just a big square of cream knit, but because of the way that it's been cut and the fact that you can play around with the belts, so you could just completely remove the belt if you wanted to. I personally think I need a little bit of silhouette shaping, but if you prefer a more loose silhouette, then actually I still think that looks really nice because you've got these unusual sleeve details. But yeah, again, I thought I would experiment with a slightly different silhouette, and it's just a very comfortable and easy to wear piece. Okay, and then the last couple of bits in my H&M order were these pure silk hair bubbles. I just love a silk hair bubble. There are some very expensive brands out there, but these are the exact colours that I like to have as hair bubbles, lots of really nice neutrals and browns, so I added those to the order. And I also took a little bit of a punt on these shoes for actually having slipped them on. I thought they could look really nice because it's almost like a Gucci horsebit style, but actually because my feet are really narrow, this is a little bit wide on me. So unfortunately, in fact, we can compare the horsebit, Gucci, H&M, pretty darn similar, but yeah, they're just unfortunately a little bit wide for me, so not quite right. But yes, that is my little H&M selection. I'll leave everything in the description box linked down below, and now it's time for me to get on with a little bit of work. Do you know what, darlings? I did edit the beginning of this vlog this morning, and I know that it is already getting quite long, and I normally like to end my vlogs in the evenings, but I think I just need a day of getting my head down and just getting on with lots of work. So instead of dragging it out, I'm actually going to end the vlog here. Feels quite unnatural for me to end a vlog before lunchtime, but yeah, I'm just gonna basically not do anything exciting for the rest of the day. So I will bid you farewell, and I will give you an update on the bits that are going on in the house in the next vlog. It's also very noisy around the house today because of all the various chainsaws and drilling that's going on, so probably a good time to stop. So darlings, I really hope you have enjoyed today's video, a mixture of skincare, cooking with Charlie, a little bit of makeup, a little bit of fashion, a bit of everything. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon in the next one. Bye!